Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And Bills Mafia has to be going through a gauntlet of emotions because once again they were eliminated in the playoffs by the Kansas City Chiefs for the fourth time in the last 5 seasons. This was the second time in the AFC Championship. Also lost 2 times in the AFC divisional game. Really, 3 of the 4 games were heartbreak. Only the first was a game that never really seemed like it was out of the Chiefs' hands. But nonetheless, the Bills, as great as Josh Allen is, as good as the team has been owning the AFC East, they've just run into a generational quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, gunning for his 4th Super Bowl now, going for trying to become him and the Chiefs trying to become the first team to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. No one's done it in the Super Bowl era. For a long time, the Bills have been seen as maybe the second, third best AFC team. The problem is that this team is constantly first and has constantly eliminated them from the playoffs. So I'm here to tell you that as a lifelong Knicks fan, I feel your pain, Bills Mafia, because my childhood saw my beloved Knicks get eliminated by this man quite frequently. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, seen by some as the GOAT of the NBA. The Knicks constantly ran into him and were seen as second, third best team in the Eastern Conference, but just could not get past MJ. We take a look at the Knicks' history during that time. Pretty much made the playoffs every year. Well, during the decade of the 90s, made it every year. We see had a 60-win season, had bunch of seasons with over 50 wins, but their only 2 finals came when Michael Jordan was retired, 93-94. Unfortunately, Knicks lost to the Rockets in 7, and then Jordan's first year after his second retirement in 1999, the Knicks, as the 8th seed, were able to advance to the NBA Finals. Unfortunately, Patrick Ewing got hurt in those playoffs. Too much size for the Spurs, a young Tim Duncan and the Admiral David Robinson. Knicks lost in 5, but just numerous times. So as I mentioned, the Bills have been eliminated by Mahomes 4 times, and Mahomes isn't even quite 30 years old, so it could be more. But the Knicks also have been eliminated. Well, Knicks were eliminated 5 times by Michael Jordan and the Bulls. So this was pre NBA champion Chicago Bulls. This was the 1989 NBA Eastern Conference semifinals, the first time that the Knicks met against Jordan. So you see, Knicks were actually the higher seed, the 2 seed, compared to the Bulls at 6, but the Bulls won in 6. And you take a look at Jordan's numbers from the series: 35.7 points, 9.5 rebounds, 8.3 assists, 2.5 steals, while shooting 55% from the field. So that's the first time he did it. Now, if we get to championship era Bulls, this is the 1991 Eastern Conference first round. Now, this wasn't one of the Knicks' better years, so this wasn't one of the bigger heartbreaks for Knicks fans. Easy 3-0 sweep by the Bulls. See, Bulls were 1 seed, Knicks were 8. Jordan, 29 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2.7 steals, 52.5% field goal percentage in that season. Now, these were definitely more heartbreak worthy. So this was the very following season. So very similar to the Chiefs, the Knicks actually played the Bulls 4 times in 5 years. This is the 3rd and 4th. We'll get to the following year shortly. But the Eastern Conference semifinals, 1992. We see that the Knicks lost in 7 games. Was a hard-fought series. Game 7, unfortunately, wasn't that close. But Jordan, 31.3 points, 5.7 rebounds, 4.3 assists in the 7-game series. And as I mentioned, 4th time in 5 years. This is the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals. So the Bulls had won the 91 championship, 92, and then 93. So this was the third of their three-peat, this 93 season. So the Knicks, number one seed in the East, actually won the first two games of the series. Chicago went on to win the next four. Jordan, 32.2 points, 6.2 rebounds, 7 assists, 2.5 steals. And, of course, Jordan retired, came back. Knicks met with the Bulls one more time. 1996 Eastern Conference semifinals. Another season where the Bulls won the championship. So 4 of their 6 championships, they eliminated the Knicks in the playoffs. This was the Eastern Conference semifinals. Bulls won in 5 games. Jordan, 36 points per game, 4.4 assists, 1.8 steals. So, yes, I mean, I've at least had a little bit of time to get over this. I know this is fresh in Bills' minds, but we know the Bills also had their struggles in the 90s, losing 4 straight Super Bowls. And the Knicks do have 2 championships, albeit before I was born. So much like Bills fans, we're looking for our first championship. And pretty much the whole world that aren't Chiefs fans were rooting for the Bills last night. Tough game to watch. You got to feel for Josh Allen, scoring 29 points on a Chiefs defense. Nothing to sneeze at. The Chiefs were not giving up at nearly that many points throughout the season. But we have a rematch from 2 years ago, Super Bowl. The Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Who do you think's going to win this Super Bowl? Again, time heals everything. Josh Allen's still young enough where the Bills should be able to make more competitive runs throughout the next few years. But I get it. As a Knicks fan, I totally get it. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.